What's up, everybody? Welcome back to All Things Nerdy episode. Well, I'm not sure because I can't see it because it's not on my phone, but welcome back to All Things Nerdy. Today, we have a great episode. We're going to be talking about some video games, which everybody knows is a big passion of mine. I play a lot, probably more than my wife wishes I did, but I cannot wait to jump into it. Anyways, Nate, Joe, excited to kind of nerd out. Joe?
Yep, super excited. This is our 50th episode, which is crazy. 2 more episodes would equal like a year of episodes, right? So that's super cool. We've been doing this for I feel like a long time now, but it have learned a lot about a lot of different topics, but have enjoyed it along the way. Super excited to have Tim on. But without further ado, Tim, talk nerdy to us.
Well, where do we even start? I have questions for you guys. I'm sure you have questions for me, but I do love video games, and that's why we're here to talk nerdy about video games. And Nate and I were first covering World of Warcraft, which is... I was thinking about that today. If I had spent time working at a part-time job while I was playing Warcraft in college, I probably would be retired right now. But then I was like, silver lining, I made a lot of great connections, and I still have friends from World of Warcraft who are in the tech industry. And they send me job referrals and stuff like that. So
one of my good buddies still plays WoW to this day. He's like, it's Tuesday night. Me and the guild have to go raid and run some dungeons and stuff like that. And then I met someone. So, I'm in tech staffing sales and all that. And one of the contacts that I have, I won't say her name, but she's in HR. And someone's like, Nate, you should reach out and talk to her. I was like, okay. I was like, HR, that is what it is. This lady was absolutely amazing, and we just nerded out about WoW for an hour. And she plays it 3 times a week and all kinds of stuff. And she has a set schedule. Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
That's fine. Instant besties that you two became, and yeah, it's difficult to manage the amount of game time you're putting in it and stay productive. But that's another thing altogether.
If you're not skirting the edges of should I really be playing this again, looking up and it's 6 hours later, even though you told yourself you're only going to play for about an hour, are you really a gamer? I feel like that's kind of the definition of one more quest, or I just got to get through this, or one more round of search and destroy on Call of Duty. I just gotta do are you really a gamer if you don't just spend too much time doing it, even though you tell yourself you're not going to?
I've gotten to the point where my Steam library would take me a separate life to play through. So I want to be playing games all the time, and I want to be totally addicted and playing Warcraft as my full-time job. But also we have to work and put food on the table, and there's all that real life stuff. But so I don't play as much as I want to. I don't get sucked in for 6 hours at a time until 3 a.m. anymore. But my favorite thing now is playing Fortnite with my nephew. So I sit down and play that a couple times a week.
The fact that you don't get sucked in for hours at a time means you're better off than I am. There'll be times I'll sit down to play Ark or Escape from Tarkov or something like that. I'm I'm just going to run one raid, or I'm just going to go tame one animal. And then 8 hours later, it's fine. Things have went south. I've lost, dinos have died. Now I got to replenish those. I still got to go get the one I was trying to get. Escape from Tarkov, I've died 6 times. I'm down to 1 million rubles. It's fine.
When Baldur's Gate came out, I got it around Christmas. I remember one day I was playing, and I was I'm just gonna finish this one last mission, and then all of a sudden I look over at the window and the sun is coming up, and I'm like, oh God, what have I done? I'm going to regret this today.
Baldur's Gate's so good, though.
Oh, it is. It is one of the best made games I have ever played. I have beat it twice. I want to do an honor mode, but I'm trying to give enough time between my last playthrough and this one that I don't just memorize and know everything. I want to kind of go back and being kind of surprised. I want to implement some mods to give me a new experience with honor mode and stuff. But man, it's so good. I love it.
It's a game that I want to play online with friends too. It's a great single player game, Baldur's Gate 3, but I feel the real magic is doing silly things with your friends, just like in D&D tabletop.
Yeah. Which I also do and love. I'm just a nerd, 100%.
We could talk about that for a couple hours.
Yeah, that's a whole different episode. And we've actually probably done a couple episodes on that at this point. I think our first ever episode was on D&D, right? And
Shout out to
tabletop
Carson.
gaming. Shout out to Carson. Got to have them on
Solid.
here again one day. Maybe I'll reach out to them and just ping them and be like, hey, it's about to be our 52nd episode. How about come back on?
That would
That'd
be so cool. Yeah.
But you guys played WoW. Like my version of WoW that I play, and me and my friends from high school have a joke like you never stop playing, you just kind of take breaks. Is RuneScape. So which is very similar, but just like we joke that it was like the poor man's WoW back in the day. It was like $5 a month, and WoW was like 11 or something like that. But so I have max skills and all of that. They come out with a new skill, I'll play it for a few months and like max that skill out, and just like
awesome.
It's just you can never get away from like something that you kind of started with.
It is almost like a comfort food or like returning back to like your old childhood home or something when you have a game like old RuneScape like that. And I would say WoW, even though it has changed so much, it feels so different when you get on. But every once in a while, the boys and girls on the guild are like, hey, it's time to play again. I'm like, I'm in.
Do you retail or classic?
I haven't tried classic yet, although my glory days, the golden days of my WoW time were more classic style, pre-Burning Crusade. So I missed the 40 person raids in Molten Core, even though it was logistically nearly impossible. But
so I get the itch from time to time to go back and play WoW in a big way. And the last time I went and played it, I had a buddy that does classic. He's like, Nate, do classic. And I jumped in. And like classic is really fun and nostalgic. But I like a lot of this stuff that they added to retail. I like all the extra crazy stuff. So I'm like, I feel like I've done this. I want to go do retail.
I get that. And quality of life is a big thing. They iterated a lot and made it better. So
yeah. So, Tim, what do you play? I guess Tim and Joe, we all play video games. What are you playing now? And is there a game that you're excited about that's coming out?
I'll go first. I mentioned it once already. I'm playing Fortnite with my nephew. That's my main thing right now. And really, I'm committed to that because he calls me like 47 times a day. And he's like, Fortnite. I'm like, let's go. I got an hour. Let's slay. So that's exciting. And if anyone wants to join our super awesome squad and play Fortnite, just let me know. Game I'm excited for. That's tough because there's been like a dozen games come out in the last year that I've purchased and not gotten around to playing yet. Starfield, I need to finish. I need to finish Baldur's Gate 3. The Phantom Liberty 2077 DLC. I need to start a new character and play through that. Upcoming games, oh gosh. Is there a new MMO that's gonna suck my life away? I'm ready.
I don't think so. Nothing that like I'm overly excited about from an MMO perspective. So I think you're good. I think you have a little runway of life, you know.
Yeah. What about you, Joseph?
Right now, the main thing I've been playing, and I get very like solid, like where like I'll get stuck on one game and like I don't want to touch other games. I just want to play that specific one. And it recently transitioned from like Fortnite with all the kids to like me and my son started playing Call of Duty together. So and I play with my sister as well. So the past couple months it's been like straight Call of Duty, like tons of hours into it with some like Baldur's Gate sprinkled in when it will work for me because it just hates the Xbox for some reason. But yeah, so that's what I've been playing a lot of recently. You know, just started working on the gun camos. They're doing a collaboration with The Walking Dead right now, so I'm running around as Rick Grimes with the Magnum out. You know, just like capping people, like living my best life. They just dropped Michonne with like swords, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Nice. There's nothing better than walking around a first-person shooter online with like a big hand cannon and just being like, dink, headshot.
Yeah. And then I got the final kill cam in one of the games we were playing last night. It just like I pulled out the old Walking Dead Magnum. I was Rick, and it was just like boom, and it was like just so fulfilling. I don't know. It's just pull out the big gun and just, wreck them across the map, but. As far as new games that are coming out, I don't know. I've seen some rumblings of the Power World, and I think I talked to Nate about a little. It seems like it may be interesting enough to try out, but I just haven't got around to it yet. But I don't really. I like to like lean on Nate for my game recommendations. Like, go tell me what to play.
So Power World, I played. I've quit playing. It just got kind of repetitive and boring. If I'm gonna go play a game like that, I'd rather play like Ark Survival Evolved or something. The games I'm playing right now, I play Escape from Tarkov a lot, and then I also play Helldivers 2. Oh man, you'll talk about good times where you're just like hanging out with your buddies, doing goofy things, defending the worlds against bugs and machines and.
He's writing it down. I see him. He's like, well, here's my next 3 to 5 business days.
Helldivers is so much fun. If you have people, I don't recommend it for solo. Like, you've got to have people to play it with. But if you need people, I got people. But there's mines that you can throw down, right? But the mines will blow you up if you hit them and all that, and it releases them in like a massive circle, but it blows up all the bugs and automatrons coming at you and stuff like that.
Cool.
And my buddy was always talking smack because I walk backwards and shoot. Like, a lot of them will stand still, shoot, run away, stand still, shoot, but like I move constantly while I shoot, and they kept blowing me up. I'm like, dude, stop throwing these mother effing mines down. And he's like, well, just look where you're going. So I decided for the rest of the day, he would throw them down and he would navigate. But when he was close to them, I'd shoot them and blow them up. So you just see his body go, or he would die. And I'd be like, bro, don't run into your mines. And he's like, and then we had one buddy who had never played before, and he fell victim to it a couple times. He's like, I know I didn't run into it. I shot it, right? But he's like, I know I didn't run into it.
Oh, man.
Good old dispute resolution in video games,
Yeah. I feel like the walking and shooting thing is probably like from Call of Duty or one of the other shooters. Like, you can't stand. That's like the telltale signs of a noob, though. Like, if you stand still and shoot, like, you don't know how to play. Like, you got to be jumping or sliding or diving or moving. You can't just stand there and shoot like you're like an actual person on the gun range or something.
Counterpoint to that, I learned first-person shooters on Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO, where if you don't stop before you shoot, you're going to miss because movement messes up your aim. So you
inertia.
You need to be able to instantly stop, fire, crouch, or then relocate. So
that's how Tarkov is.
Yeah.
Tarkov, you crouch, you peek, you shoot. Like, you don't get a lot of like strafing
quick
in
scopes.
Gunfights.
Yeah.
You don't get that in Tarkov. Yeah.
My sister is just mad at quick scoping. Like, I don't need, like, if we go snipers on, I'm not going against her. Like, I'm just like, no. Like,
she's good at it.
Yeah, it pains me to say it, but if we go into a sniper battle, I will never win because I don't know how she does it, but she just, and I'm just like, all right, well, I'm going to throw my game away now because my sister is better than me.
There's only one answer, Joe. If anybody's better than you at video games, there's only one answer: hacks.
Yep, exactly. You're hacking. You have the dot on your TV painted or something. Like,
yeah. I am the peak and pinnacle of talent at every game I play. If you beat me, it's because you're cheating.
That's
exactly
100% correct. Absolutely.
Especially on Call of Duty. If you could kill me on Call of Duty, you have all the hacks, and I will scream at you the entire time.
Yeah, my like 0.3 KD tells me that I am the best ever. So.
Oh, man.
Do you think that some of the shooter games are, I don't know how to put this, like, so Halo, as example, my buddies always want me to play Halo with them, and I love playing video games with my friends, but I dislike Halo because it makes me so mad. I feel like it's designed to trigger you and get you really just so ragey at what just I don't know if it's true, but when I play Fortnite, I don't have that experience, and I'm wondering if some games are designed to just be like, I don't know.
I feel you on that because I've tried Halo a couple times, and I feel the exact same reaction.
Yeah.
Like, I get so mad playing that game at some of them. Maybe it's the mechanics or just some of the other things that I'm just like, I'm never playing this again. Like, I know, but I don't understand.
For me, the Halo frustration goes back to like Halo 2, Halo 3, before they did time-based ranking. Like, the more games you played, the more time you sunk, the higher ranked you were. I did it back in the day when it was like true skill ranking. If you lost, you'd go down. If you won 3 games in a row, you would go up. I ended up getting like a 50 in like MLGs and like duos and stuff like that. So like I played all the time. My frustration would come from like just feeling like I should kill somebody and then not, because it's not like a one shot and then dead. And this is my biggest frustration with like Tarkov too, is like I will hit somebody like 15 times, which in Tarkov you should have died like 4 times over. Yeah, and then they kill me in one shot to like the chest where I have body armor, and I'm like, what
Hacks.
I want to break everything, So that's where it comes from. Me. It's just like the not understanding of how did I die,
And I don't like getting mad. It makes me mad at myself when I get mad. So it's like I don't want to play a game that makes me feel that way.
It's like you don't want to play a game that triggers you. That's not the point of games.
So you say that is the number one reason I play Tarkov. Like Tarkov makes me feel a way that no other game makes me feel.
You just want someone to hurt him.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, dude, there are times. So I stream from time to time on Twitch. I don't do it professionally or anything like that. I just do it for fun. But there are times where I have Tarkov and I'm streaming Tarkov. I'm just chilling, running. Somebody will shoot and I'll just jump. And my hands come off the keyboard. My player looks to the sky. I don't get that in any other games. Call of Duty, nothing scares me. Like, I don't jump. Like, I am legit on the edge. My heart rate is like through the roof. I'm like looking, scanning. And if somebody like, I was playing Streets the other day, which is one of the raids that you can do. And there's this dude just chilling. I was just running in there willy-nilly. Dude just chilling in a corner. It like startled my wife how quick I jumped. She was like, Nate, that startled me. And I was like, well, imagine how I feel.
We got Stephanie chiming in. She said, dude, you're so jumpy on Tarkov.
Yeah. I love it.
But it's the only game that makes me feel that way, and that is why I play it.
So that brings up a question, though, is, do you want to play a game that makes you sweat and be on the edge of your seat the whole time, or are you trying to just sink into the couch and just relax? What's the objective?
I think it depends, right? Just like music, right? You have moods, like where you want to have a certain type of music. There's moods for certain type of games, right? Like you just want to chill, or do you want to like, be like Nate on Tarkov and like jump out of your seat?
So I am 90% like want to win and like 10% chill most of the time. Like even when I like play WoW and stuff, like I just have this innate drive where I just want to be the best. I want to have the best gear. I want to perform the best. I want the highest damage, or I want the highest efficiency and stuff like that. Like I have a hard time, no matter the game, like relaxing. Like for me, I still like I want to be the best.
I appreciate that. And I get it. That's half the time. Now, my question is, when you're done playing, Nate, are you leaving the game feeling amped up and anxious, or have you ventilated and left that energy there?
It depends on how much Tarkov kicks my ass that
day. All right, that's fair too. Okay.
Depends on the day. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I go in, I have a couple good raids. My wife's like, Nate, let's go do this. I'm on a high. I've killed some PMCs. I've unalived them, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I have took all their loot. My money has went up. My stash is more full than what it was. Yeah, endorphins,
all
right?
The endorphins.
And it is a level that you get from nothing else, I promise, right? And then there's days where, the other day, for instance, I dropped into 3 raids. I died within the first 5 minutes of all 3 raids. I was just like, nope, I'm done. I quit. I'm not doing it. And I was pissed for the rest of the
night. Just rest of the night ruined.
Oh,
it's so funny that games can do that too. Because, I mean, even with something as simple as Call of Duty, right? Like the same game mode, I'll go into Search and Destroy. There'll be a match when I'll literally get 2 kills in a 10-round game, and I'll just be so mad. And of course, telling them that they're hacking and all that stuff. Yeah. But the very next game, like I'll have 10 to 12 kills and be like, you know what? All right, now I'm back on top. We just got that dub. Like, but it's just how it's crazy what effect games can have on you and your mood and stuff like that.
Yeah. I will say that, but even like we were talking back, behind the scenes, right? Like Baldur's Gate 3, I said, yeah, I want to play on honor mode, but I want to make it harder on me than, original art. So even a game like Baldur's Gate, where I love it, it is amazing. I can play it through 100 times. I'm still constantly like, how can I make this harder? How can I make it more difficult? How can I make it? And my poor buddy, shout out to West. What up, West? He bought it. He's like, let's play. I forgot that I had the difficulty mod installed and he got strolled, son. It was his second time in the game. I'm like, I'm so sorry, West.
There's a real learning curve to that game if you haven't played something like it before or played D&D. I have a buddy, I think, who's still stuck in the tutorial zone. He doesn't want help, though. So
I had it on Tactician plus using a mod to enhance the difficulty so the AI would like hide. They would use correct spells. They had a larger spell pool. And like, I think it unbalanced the levels. So like we had just started. So we're like level 2 or 3 going in versus like level 4s. And like where they were smarter, using cover, using correct like spells. It wasn't just like magic missile. It was like, oh, here's blindness. Here's curse. And so he was like, dude, I can't freaking do anything. I was like, I'm so sorry. This is on me, You know
how mad I was? Like mad I am every time someone casts blindness on me in that game. It was like, you just ruined my whole strategy.
blindness.
And then I do want to shout out 2 games real quick that I'm really, really excited about. The first one being, what is happening? What is going on with this?
Congrats, whatever just happened.
2 games? Do it again. Where did the balloons come from? That is ridiculous.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. What happened?
No, I don't know. Anyways, so Dragon's Dogma 2. I cannot wait for that. Now, that is a game that there's no competition. It is a solo game. Like, you can make it hard and stuff like that. But Dragon's Dogma 1 was fabulous. I've beaten it like twice. I cannot wait for Dragon's Dogma 2. It comes out the end of March. So I'm so excited about that. Like, I will probably take off work for like a day or 2 to be able to play it. And then NCAA, when the new college football game drops, I will take a week off of work to play that. Yes.
I'm so excited for that one. Like, it's been so long.
So me and my buddies, we all do a dynasty. This goes back to like 2010, 2011. We used to be on like Xbox Live sports leagues, and we would run like full leagues for years and years and years.
That's awesome.
So I have a buddy that still plays NCAA to this day on his PC from like mods and emulators and stuff like that. Like, we are all big college. So when that comes out, my gaming life, my personal life, and my professional life will all come to a halt because I will do nothing but that for a week or 2.
Just set the expectation ahead of time.
25, right?
But my wife is listening to the podcast, so expectation set.
Yeah, exactly.
Said, if it happens to be on your anniversary, sorry, babe. But I remember just like I would like the best part about that game, like back in the day, was like taking this no name school. I think I always picked Temple or something like that, and just creating a dynasty out of it, making them the champs, and of course making your own character and making you the best at everything was always great. Mm-hmm. Like I always loved being the running back, score the touchdowns. But Tim, did you play NCAA at all?
I was gonna say I didn't get into too many sports games for some reason, even though I loved playing team sports when I was growing up, and I still am pretty athletic, but not many sports games except NBA Jam, NFL Blitz. Those are the 2 that I played.
Blitz was good too. Nothing like what is this? Suplexing a freaking receiver?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. All the stuff you could
do with the hit stick and like
yeah.
Oh. Man, I remember what the first Blitz gameplay was. Was it the Nintendo 64 maybe?
N64, I think, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Just NBA Jam, I still have it on my Super Nintendo. He's heating up, like, oh, God, that takes me back. I love it.
Boom, shakalaka.
Yeah,
okay.
Man. Dude, Penny Hardaway on that game way back when, unstoppable. You could do anything you wanted.
Oh, memories.
He's like off in the staring off in the sunset. It's like
Pretty sure you could get like Bill Clinton or something if you could get a code put in to have Bill Clinton on a couple presidents on your team or something silly.
That's pretty funny.
Funny
Maybe.
random little cheats back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you guys cheat in video games or do you play vanilla?
I use mods to enhance my experience to make it more fun on like single player games. I will say, like, so I have a PC, but like Call of Duty, I play controller, and I have decent sized hands.
You have a
so
modded controller, don't you? You little cheater.
I have. It's not cheating. I do have paddles on the backside, so like I assign the paddles to buttons,
Cheater.
so I never have to take my finger off of the aiming stick. What is happening? What is happening with my screen?
Your
I don't
gaming
even.
style.
So basically, I do have that. That's probably about, and that's not cheating. That is just, I mean, that's a very common thing now is to have a controller with paddles on the backside. So I do use that. Other than that, I use mods to make things more difficult.
No, just because it's common doesn't mean it's not cheating.
If you beat Joseph, you're cheating.
Exactly.
True.
If you beat me with your modded controller, you're cheating. But if you're using it to help me win, then it's good. We're good.
Okay.
So Joe has seen me play Call of Duty. I'm halfway, or I used to be. I'm not anymore. Now I'm old and my reflexes are trash. But I used to be halfway decent at Call of Duty.
Yeah, my nephew's like 7 or 8, and he's just almost twice the player I am at this point. Granted, he's been playing since he's like 3 on Fortnite, but he might not understand, tactics and best practices when it comes to that. But this kid runs the show. I'm just like in the background, like encouraging him, and he's just like, "I just killed 16 kids." I'm like, "That's so awesome, dude! You're good at this. Let me teach you about flanking next and higher ground and stuff like that, and then you're gonna be unstoppable." MLG 2 years from now.
So I used to really enjoy Fortnite, and I quit abruptly. Like I just stopped, and I stopped because. So I went to a buddy's house. He has a kid, and he's like, "Nate, watch me." And I'm like, "All right, cool." I was like, "Yeah, I play Fortnite. I'm pretty good." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing like a build off with shotguns. It was like a custom game." He's over there,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I'm never gonna play this game again."
I'm out.
Okay, thank you.
Zero build for me, to be honest. I don't like the build stuff. It's too much for me.
So that is when, like, I knew that a 10-year-old was better than I will ever be at Fortnite.
So quick, they have such reflexes.
Yeah, but you just go to no build, and then the level, the playing field is level again. Like you just me and my son play it a lot, and I can still tell that I'm better than him, maybe marginally at this point, and he's probably going to surpass me pretty soon. But like in build mode, he has the advantage. Like I've learned how to like quickly encompass myself inside of something to keep someone from like surprise killing me. But other than that, like I use the builds to get up on a mountain because I don't want to walk around. Like that's my building. But then these other people are just like, I just shot at them once and then they built a mansion.
Yeah, there's a
now
tower.
they're looking above me. There's like a tower and it goes out and it has different levels, and I'm just like, you did this in 3 seconds. Like I don't understand. So let's go to no build mode. That way I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah,
dude. So there was a video. I'll have to go see if I can find it. But it was a dude. He's a streamer and he's streaming Fortnite. He's like, watch guys, I'm gonna shoot him once and what he does. Watch what he does. So he shot at the dude. I don't even know if he hit him. And then like there's an emote to like pull out a chair and like eat popcorn or whatever. And so he shot at the dude, and the dude just like it wasn't just like a little box or anything. Like this dude built a mansion because the dude shot one bullet at him.
crazy.
And the guy didn't even hide or push or try to kill him. He literally just built for the sake of building, right?
It's like an instant reflex. It's like, oh god, I'm about to boom.
It's like a puffer fish when they get started. Instantly, they're just like, there's this stuff around them.
I will say games the way we know and love them are facing a massive issue right now. And the massive issue that games are facing is there's so many people that make money playing games that in order to do that, there's two things. You have to be really personable or really good. And most people try to be really good, and they're just not, and that will lend itself to cheating. And then you have people who are making money doing this already, right? And if you're like, Nate, there's a new game coming out, you have to be, mother, what is happening? And like, Nate, you got to be really good at this game to sustain your lifestyle. You got kids to take care of. You got a wife. The easiest way for me is to cheat, right? And I think your casual gamer is dying. All the kids coming up playing games, they want to be paid to play games. Like, hey, and they're all really good because they play them from the time they're kids to now, right? So, like, the casual gamer is dying. It is harder to play Call of Duty than it was, 10 years ago. The amount of information out there, the meta chasing, the loadouts, the wall hacks, the cheatings, the aimbots, the Cronus Zens, and all that stuff is killing the ability to casually play a game. And I don't think that's going away. Like, PlayStation just banned Cronus Zen. They actually just got rid of WASD or whatever, which allowed people with mouse and keyboard to have like aim assist on Call of Duty and stuff like that. So they're doing what they can to get rid of it, but still, because there's so much incentive to cheat and be the best, people, I mean, every day, this streamer was caught with walls. This streamer accidentally pulled up his task manager and had iCheat.com on there, and
it's
and
hacked.
stuff like that.
I generated. It never actually happened.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the stream. I don't watch many streamers right now, but I'm trying to think of the ones I do watch, and I feel like I aim for a mix of skill and personality. I don't want to drop too many names, but I like the guy Shroud because he's a really, really nice fella, but he's also got like some natural gaming ability that sometimes you're just like, wow, he just wrecked a whole team or whatever. But then he was like super nice to everyone.
I think you are grossly underselling Shroud's gaming abilities. He is hands down really one of the best gamers on any platform. Of like he can pick up CS:GO, he can play Siege, he can play Fortnite, he can play Call of Duty, and immediately be considered one of the best to do it. Shroud, and I truly believe Shroud doesn't cheat. There's a lot of streamers that do, but Shroud is just cold. The dude is gifted. Like, I wish I could play like that dude. But I watched a video the other day. He was playing Siege with Jinxie, and Jinxie asked him, like, how long have you been playing? And he's like, I've been playing games since I was like 2 or 3. And he was like, how long you been playing on mouse and keyboard? And he was like, since I was 2 or 3,
Yeah.
Man.
So Shroud is cold.
He's like, this casual guy, this casual gamer. It's like, one of the best well-known.
Well, so I guess I will correct that and say he doesn't get super sweaty even though he's super good. He still keeps it casual while being awesome at it. So I appreciate that about him.
Yeah, so Shroud on like a really, 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 really terrible day is still better than me, like cracked out of my mind's best day.
That's true.
That is why he's so casual about it, because he's just that good. But also, like, if you look at like TP, so I watch a lot of streams. Twitch is one of my pastimes. I just bring it up in the background. TP is really like that. Like, the dude is just gifted. He's won LAN events, so like he's just good at what he does. But he doesn't really get worked up. He's just real casually about strolling people, and he will like talk you through what he's doing, why he's doing it.
Nice.
So if you play Tarkov, which I don't think y'all do, but Sheaf, I think it's like Sheaf GG. He literally does like educational streams where he will walk you through like, oh, this is how I PvP in this moment. He'll play it back, or he'll walk you through how to scav a certain map and stuff like that. But he never gets worked up. So I like a lot of those streamers as well. But then also I watch Nick Merckx, which will just be like,
yeah. Sometimes it's fun to watch those people. They're like when they just get extremely angry, or but it's funny just to see the reactions and just to watch them just for that reason alone. Even if they are awful at the game, it's just like fun to watch them explode.
There is a bit like when you kill somebody and you're like, man, that was a nasty kill, and they're gonna be so mad on their end. Like, there is a bit of me who I don't like being mean, but on that point I'm like,
the little second that you can hear people after you kill them in Call of Duty is the best thing in Call of Duty. Or like you hit somebody and you like hear them like, or like you just hear them scream. Like the best are like when you just hear them like just scream out of frustration. And I'm just like, oh, this is so rewarding right now.
I have been shadow banned a couple times on Call of Duty, and it's so frustrating. And I'm like, bro, there'll be times where I was like, yep, I'm gonna get banned. Mother effer.
I just did too well.
That was a shot. Well, there was one time, I wish I was streaming. I was playing with my buddies. It was a 1v4. And I think I even almost got third party. So it's really 1v5 at the end. And I just murked every one of them. And my buddy's like, yep, you're going to get banned. And then not like 5 minutes later, I got kicked from the game and put into shadow ban. I was like, oh my, come on.
They do need to
you got reported. Reported.
Too many reports in a certain period of time or something, shadow ban, which isn't fair. If you have a team that gets mad at you for being good, then you're kind of SOL potentially. So.
Yeah, but I felt good. I didn't care. I was like, yeah, I'll wear this. Pride,
I earned this shadow ban.
It's a good way to look at it.
Oh, man.
So I'm trying to, sorry to cut you off. I was trying to think about, we love playing video games and we can spend a lot of time playing video games. How do video games help us become better people for the rest of our lives?
Yeah. The first thing that pops in my mind is like community building, and like I've made lifelong friends and become closer to friends. Like me and Nate, like closer to friends from gaming. So it's like that social aspect of it, where I've been playing games with people for 15 plus years that I would have never met before.
So I have a buddy. We have been playing games at this point for about 14 years, and we laugh about it. He could walk past me on the street and I wouldn't know who he is. Hunter, what up? But we text every day. We play Tarkov together. We play NCAA together. He has actually like infiltrated my friend groups. Like I added him to a group, like a group chat with my other buddies, and he has met all of them actually. Dude, oh my gosh.
It's this. I think.
Yeah.
It's your
well, it wasn't even this. I was like pointing, like he met all of them, you know, and it just picked whatever. Anyways, so he's met all of them, but still, like, we haven't met, but we talk, like, every day. He's, like, a mod in my Discord
nice.
And stuff like that. And, like, he's my dude, but, like, I've never met him. And we started playing NCAA football, like, 2010, 2011 or something, you know, and we've been in dynasties and all that stuff. So it's literally, it's relationship building. It's, you know, how do you handle adversity? Like, if you lose a couple times, do you get pissed? Do you let it ruin your day? Do you bounce back, you know? Like it's networking, it's community, it's everything. Like, even studies have shown like hand-eye coordination, better analytical skills. Like if I'm a kid and I want to get better, I'm going to go play Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, like puzzles. Yeah. Like there's so many things that games adds and enhance to your life.
And even like shooter games, like Tim was saying earlier, like he was going to teach his nephew how to like flank, get the high ground. Like that's strategic stuff that like you're learning that you can actually apply like that kind of stuff in real world scenarios too. So.
Yeah. Forward is not always better. Sometimes, you know, you can learn that playing a game.
That's true.
What about you, Tim? What are your thoughts?
Definitely community in terms of building relationships, and something I really, really enjoy since my nephew lives across the country down in Florida is that's the main way that I, you know, keep in touch with a lot of my friends and family. Otherwise, I'm not great at calling people on the phone, but I generally will be like, yeah, I'll hop on Halo for a half hour and shoot the breeze with the boys and play a little bit before I get mad and get off. But in World of Warcraft, that was one of the big points for me. One of the reasons I love video games so much is that guild that I met when I was in college, high school. Still friends with those guys. And like you said, Nate, I don't know what some of them even look like still. But I text them and talk to them regularly. And if I saw them in person, I'm sure we'd hug it out and be besties right away, you know? And it's kind of a beautiful thing. Interesting, too, that there are some people, I don't even know what they look like. Their personas to me are their video game characters. So when I think of them in my head, I'm thinking of like my guy Toby was a certain character in Final Fantasy 14. That's what he looks like to me in my head. So it's interesting.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Speaking of that, my buddy Hunter just texted me.
Hey, Hunter.
Hey, what's up, buddy? But yeah, dude, it's crazy. Hunter was invited to my wedding. He didn't show up. So I mean, for all I know, Hunter's like catfishing me. He's not a real person.
Yeah, he could have showed up. You don't know what he looks like.
Yeah, no, he told me he didn't come. So, and I knew everybody there. If there's a rando, I'd be like, who are you? like welcome, but also like, who are you?
Yeah, I don't care who you are. You could stay. I don't care.
Enjoy
Yeah.
the food, you know.
What is that?
Yeah.
What else? Close to
But-
friends. For me too. Let Nate answer his work call. For
No,
me too. I was going to bring in a little bit of D&D on this. I'm going to force tabletop into this conversation, but there's a couple things like self-confidence. Maybe video gaming can damage your self-esteem and self-confidence if you're not around the right people and healthy crowds. But I think that, you know, succeeding and building yourself up in games does help build self-confidence and enable you to make decisions quicker and things like that. For instance, I think that driving on the road, if you get into an emergency situation where like a lot of crazy stuff is happening, like cars are spinning, I think that someone who plays a lot of chaotic video games can filter through all that noise and make better decisions in a high chaos moment, to be honest. Nothing substantiating in terms of research on that. That's my entire hypothesis I just established, but I think it's true. I think there's a lot of advantages there. So
I mean, I think you do get used to it, right? Like you kind of learn to do all that because, like, imagine playing like Grand Theft Auto. Like, I mean, you're not necessarily like first person like in there, right? But like you see all the stuff, so it does like almost desensitize you to those. So you might not get the same like adrenaline or the chaotic reaction that someone who just is not used to it would see it. So I bet there could be some stuff to that.
almost a silver lining to being desensitized to some of the stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a comment from James Williams who says population 1.
Is that a game?
Is that a game? That's what I was
That's-
just gonna.
What up, James? Hey, question. Do y'all play any phone games? I'm currently on the hunt for like a solid phone game. Something I can
Don't
so I used
download
to-
Monopoly Go.
So I used to play like Summoners Wars on my phone. Loved it. I got a lot of monsters. Got really good. I could like auto, TOA, and stuff like that. So I'm looking for like a new phone game that I can like play with while I'm on the train going back and forth into the city and stuff.
I dropped Slay the Spire in chat. It's multiple platforms, but you can play it very well on phone. And that's probably the only phone game I've ever gotten hooked on.
Sweet. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, downloading this right now. Do not
Hey.
play Monopoly Go. It's not worth it. I am like I do play it and like just I don't know, but it's definitely not worth the hype that it is, and there's no real strategy. It's all luck.
My mom sends me that crap all the time. Mom, if you're watching, A, love you, but B, also stop sending me Monopoly Go. And when I don't respond to the individual text, that does not mean add me to a group with a bunch of people that I don't want to talk to in general, especially about Monopoly Go.
I love it.
All right. I'm going to clip this and send this to you, but it is said with love.
Oh, goodness.
So, but y'all, I hate to do this. I am in Charlotte. My wife and I came down here. So we are going to get out and go see the city and go explore. Yeah. She's looking at me. She's like, Nate, you're over time. You know, she didn't say that, but I'm catching the eyes, you know. So I am going to have to dip. Tim, before we go, anything else you want? Let's like put like a 5-minute cap on it, right? Is there anything else you want to dive into or talk about?
Nothing super important other than I want to play video games with you guys, so we should share information in terms of gamer tags and stuff like that. And I'd love to talk about D&D sometimes and how great it is for team building, and maybe we can like do a one-shot between a bunch of the folks that are involved in the video game.
I'm going to be in a bachelor party pretty soon, and they were talking about the possibility of playing a D&D, and then I had a client meeting last week, and they're like, Nate, would you be willing to run a one-shot for us? Because I DM, and I was like, yeah. You know?
So what is this life
I'm talking about?
I got into D&D from one of my previous clients. I got a contract from playing D&D. I talked to a guy. He's like, I play D&D. I was like, hey, me and my wife always wanted to play. Could you take us in? And he actually brought me, my wife, 2 of my friends, and one of his coworkers in, and he started out a whole campaign for us, and we just fell in love. But I got a contract. We met every week and stuff like that. It was awesome.
That's what I'm saying. So that's all I had. That's it right there.
Perfect. Well, I will shoot you all of my stuff, or Joe. I mean, I'm gonna head out, but like maybe I can send you my cell phone number and you can just text and we can chat that way. It's so much easier. But I'm going to dip and run. Tim, thank you for taking the time. Everybody listening, watching, commenting, hope y'all enjoyed the convo about video games. If you want to, if you watch this later, let us know what your fave games are and all that. But until then, we will catch y'all next week, next Friday at the same time, and we will be talking about hidden gem animes, I believe.
Yep. All right. See you guys later.
See ya. See you, Tim.